Hello, my name is Dan and I'm the art director at Phase 2 Games. I'm here to take you through a small section and demonstration of our soon-to-be released game, Battle Hunters, for Nintendo Switch and on PC through Steam. This short demo should give you a sense of how Battle Hunters plays. I really hope you enjoy it. So here we are in the Great Forest level. I've got the soldier, the swordsman and the monk in my party. We've discovered a portal here and we have to power it up somehow. We only have one of the 2 power prisms required to power it up, so we're going to have to find another one. There's a big cave off to the side of this clearing that we haven't explored yet. Let's head inside and see what we can find. You'll notice the cave level has more of a side-on perspective. We shift the camera for the sub-levels to give you a different view of the characters and the world as you explore it. Okay, here's trouble. Here's a big, heavy, powerful enemy, and he's standing between us and a treasure chest that might have useful items inside. So it's time for a battle. You can see that all battles are defined by a red ring that marks their perimeter. Battles only begin once you enter inside the ring. All 3 of my heroes are melee fighters. That means they fight up close and do medium damage. I'm going to set them all to attack and try to beat this guy just with brute force. As you can see, the hero's special moves slowly charge over the course of the battle. The monk's raging uppercut move is ready. Let's use it. Now I'm going to move the swordsman around to the side to keep him out of the ogre's range. Then deploy his spirit sword move, a floating magical sword that attacks by itself until it eventually times out and disappears. I can see the ogre winding up for a heavy attack. I'm going to move the swordsman to a safe distance. That was the ogre's earth tremor. It stuns heroes, leaving them unable to attack or defend themselves for a period of time. And that's the monk knocked out. 1 hero down, 2 left. Hitting the ogre with the swordsman's 1000 cuts attack and then the soldier's wave cutter seems to do very little damage to this massive enemy. The ogre's diseased breath is going to do lasting damage to the swordsman. I'll respond with his whirling edge move, an attack that has a huge range and can hit multiple enemies, but like many of the swordsman's moves, it's more about speed than damage. Another earth tremor attack from the ogre, and both my heroes are stunned. And there goes the swordsman, knocked out, leaving me just 1 hero left. At least the soldier's special moves are all fully charged. I'm going to get some distance and then hit him with everything I've got left. First the wave cutter, a ranged move that can cut through loads of enemies at a time. Next, the soldier's blade spin, designed more for crowd control and multiple enemies. And then finally, the slicing fury, a move designed to do massive damage to a single enemy. Unfortunately though, it's just not enough, and with a final earth tremor attack, the battle's over and my party's been defeated. So that strategy didn't work very well, using 3 melee heroes against a single powerful monster. But fortunately with Battle Hunters, there's a wide choice of heroes to use, so I'm going to try something different and take him on a second time. I'm going to swap all 3 of my melee heroes out and replace them with 3 characters that all fight from a distance. The wizard, the rogue and the sorceress. All 3 of these characters have long range attacks, so they should be safe from the ogre's close range devastating moves, so long as I can keep them at a safe distance. So from the start of the battle I'll take a different approach. I'm going to spread the heroes out across the battlefield so the ogre doesn't have a single cluster of targets to attack. Once they're all in place, I'm going to set them to attack while their special moves charge up. I'm going to have to keep an eye on which one the ogre closes in on and make sure they keep moving so he doesn't do too much damage. Magic characters like the wizard and the sorceress tend to be slow on their feet, so a disadvantage for them is that they can't move quickly, and they're also vulnerable to damage due to their low health. The rogue on the other hand, being a ranged character, is very quick on her feet and she can move across the battlefield rapidly. And speaking of the rogue, her rapid fire attack is charged up and ready to go. Now I'm going to move the wizard and the rogue to stand close to the sorceress, because she has an excellent defensive move for dealing with large melee monsters. It's called Repel, and it pushes back on enemies, keeping them at a safe distance, while supporting heroes can continue to attack. You'll see occasionally heroes performing a critical attack. This is an infrequent but highly damaging version of their regular attack. In the wizard's case, this is a powerful lightning bolt that cuts through all enemies along its path. The chance of performing a critical is one of the many attributes that can be upgraded in the hero's stats. Now I've just deployed a sentry. This is another special move of the sorceress. It attacks autonomously with bursts of long-range magical bolts until it times out and disappears. The rogue has another special move ready. Imparting a curse to a dagger, she throws it at a target, reducing its movement speed, attack rate, and making it more vulnerable to damage. You can see the ogre's movement speed has been seriously reduced, giving heroes much more time to attack it or to avoid it. Given the ogre's weakened state, it's the perfect time for the wizard's powerful tornado spell. And then follow up with the wizard's lightning storm for some additional damage. Keeping the heroes constantly at a safe distance, it's time for the wizard's Shocking Orb. Shocking Orb will electrify an enemy target, incapacitating them and doing constant damage over a period of time. Grouping the heroes around the sorceress, it's time for another use of her Repel move. The ogre is looking pretty low on health, so while we've got this opportunity and he's held at a safe distance, it's a good time to do as much damage as we can and try and finish him off. So let's use every special move we've got left and see if we can't put an end to this brute. And finally, down he goes, defeated by 3 ranged characters, a far better choice than using the 3 melee characters for an enemy creature of this type. Now that the ogre's been defeated, the way's clear to go and investigate that chest and see what items we can find. A couple of food items we can use to replenish health, and the second power prism we need to activate the portal. So let's head back to the cave entrance, out into the forest, and make our way back to the portal. So here we are, back at the portal, but now we have 2 power prisms. We should have no trouble powering it up and then activating it. Once activated, we can enter the portal and move on to the next part of the game. So there you have it. I hope that's given you some insight into what Battle Hunters is and how it plays. The full game is a roughly 15-hour adventure crammed full of heroes to find, lands to explore and monsters to battle. Releasing in October 2020 on Nintendo Switch and Steam for PC. Search for Battle Hunters on Steam or visit us at phase2games.com. Thanks very much for watching.